Good morning. Welcome to Ben's on the Air broadcast 22 for December the 7th, 2015. Just like to welcome everybody. Take a few moments here. Feel free to tap on the screen. Give me some love when you come on in the room. Type in where you're calling in from. And we'll get on with today's topic. Now, first of all, just going to include a few things about my story. And I've come from a not so wealthy family in Victoria, British Columbia, in Canada here on the west coast. I lived in the hippie neighborhoods back in the 70s. And we moved to Nanaimo, British Columbia when I was a young teenager, where I went to high school and went on to do some culinary arts, cooking school in the 80s. Now, after that, I went into my own business. We were cooking and, it just didn't pay the bills as much. So what I did was I began to think about start my own business doing maintenance. One day I was reading a magazine. I seen a little ad. I took that out. I sent it away, and by doing so, I got a business package. And with that business package, I was going out and I was seeing maintenance departments around the country, around the city. And from there, I had this dream that a church had some money for me. So I made appointments with all the white churches in town, and I wound up selling them $48,000 worth of material. And that was the beginning of what we have now, 20 years later. Now, I got myself involved in a lot of different things. I was involved in drugs and all sorts of stuff back in the day. But one day someone said to me that, when am I going to stop destroying people's lives? And I really took that to heart, because I really do believe that drugs and alcohol both destroy an awful lot of lives in our world. But I'd just like to welcome everybody this morning. Feel free, tap on the screen, give us some hearts. And I'd just like to also offer my condolences. I know today is December 7th in the United States. I think that this is the anniversary date of when they were sucked into the Second World War there, I believe. Anyways, I just welcome Simon. Now today, I just want to what I want to say to people is, when you start a business and when you go into business with somebody, a lot of people, they have this mentality of they go out, they find somebody, they sign them into their business, and then they just kick them aside, look for somebody else, and let them to figure it out all for themselves. I don't know any of you can resonate with that, but I'm telling you, people today shouldn't, I don't know how you guys feel, but personally, I've been in a few companies over the years where, I was looking for something to improve my life, and, these people, they bring you in, they bring you into where they say, oh, well, you want to work with a team, and you get you all excited and get you in there, and then what do? They just say, okay, you're signed up, go figure it out, here's the training. But really, that doesn't work for a lot of people. People get discouraged. And what do? Then they just go from this company to another company to another company. From the Ukraine. Welcome, Ukraine. It's great to see you. Feel free to tap on the screen, give us some hearts. Anyways, just when we're growing companies, for instance, let's take our university. Now, our university is a digital university. Welcome from Russia. Now, we have a digital university, which is an online university, where it's a $7 billion industry where people are learning to do things digitally. Now, it's a trend. Now, not a lot of people have jumped onto this trend yet. The people are still thinking that the typical way to learn is go to a university offline and get a degree in bachelorism or whatever it is you get degrees in out there. But I tell you, online education is a $7 billion industry. And we have started an online university where a person can get a degree in entrepreneurialism, big, huge word, but you can learn to be an entrepreneur and get a degree. I guess, I would say a year. Anyways, 1 year of learning to be an entrepreneur and doing all our classes, completing classes. We have daily and weekly classes with Professor Bill and Professor Robert. And there's a lot. We have a lot of sophomores and stuff already. But anyways, we're taking people in for our 2016 class. This isn't a sales pitch. I'm not here to sell you guys today. That's not what it's about. But all I know is that thousands of people pay upwards of $50,000 to go to these colleges and these universities. And, over these number of years, they're putting out all this money. And then when they're done, they go out to look for a job. Now, how many people do you know that have gone to college, gone to university, and then when they get out, they owe this big, huge debt. There's few jobs. It's in a recession. And the thing is, a lot of people think all these, thank you for the heart, fantastic, feel free to give me some more. Anyways, like I was saying, all these people that have lost all their jobs with all this new technology that's coming on board, or like the jobs are coming back, Well, I got some bad news, people. The jobs are not coming back. Technology is wiping jobs as I speak. Somebody's coming up with something somewheres, and we're going to be losing more people, losing their jobs. Now, what I see happening is a lot more people are becoming more involved with learning to be an entrepreneur, having their own home business, but it still shows that 97% of the people out there actually don't have, welcome Robert, good to see you. 97% of the people out there that have education are not in their home business, aren't making a lot of money anyways. So like I was saying, with the university that my good friend Robert and others have started, you're able to get a degree in entrepreneurialism, and you can do this over, well, a lot of people get it a lot quicker than a lot of other people, but they say let's take a year. Like I was saying, a lot of people, they spend upwards to $50,000 going to school, coming out of school, no job, owe this big debt, where you could come work with Life Mechanic University. It's relatively cheap. For a year, tuition is just over $1,000, $99 a month. But as you're learning, you're able to earn. Now, what these people do is they teach you to get a check. Now, it might not sound like a lot of things that a lot of people do out there, but like I said, a lot of people, what they're doing is they will bring you into a company. I know I'm not trying to knock down people's companies or nothing, because there's a lot of great companies out there, and we don't want to steal you from another company. We just want to show you that you can actually be the person that you intend to be. Now, you got to be consistent. If more people would be consistent on being consistent, and a lot of people are, what they do is you can be consistent on not doing something, right? Does that make sense to people? But all I know is that if you be consistent on doing things on a regular basis towards the positive, and what you do is over time you get into, well, let's take Periscope for instance. I've been doing Periscope now, almost a month. I actually get up and look forward to doing them. You too, Robert. Talk to you soon. I look forward to your Periscope later today. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I have some notes here. Everybody should have the attitude of gratitude. Now, what we want to do is we want to pique interest with those people that have ears to hear, right? That sounds fantastic. You know, if you can, if you can do it, I can do it, they can do it, is not too hard to believe in. But all I know is that everything's going to work out. It worked out for me. It's working out for a lot of other people. Welcome, people. Just trying to sum it up here. But what I want to ask you people is, what I want to do is I want to start reading a few stories of other people's lives and stuff that's going on. I would like you guys to send me your story. I want to hear your stories. Now, you guys have heard, at the beginning I said a little bit about my story, but I want to know, I want to hear from my heart, I want to hear you guys' stories, and then you can send your stories to ben@workwithbenpowell.com. Now, I'm going to read these stories in the mornings. We received a couple already. I'd like to thank Susie for sending in her story if she's on this morning. And I'd like to thank Dan as well for his story if he's on this morning. Now, again, all I know is your life is like, let's take it as like a radar screen, okay? Now, you got to think that this radar screen, yeah, well, I don't have to mention names. No, that's not. I'm not going to mention names at all. I'm just going to say a first name, or we can stick in another name if you don't want it to be said. That's not a problem. We're not trying to invade anybody's privacy or nothing like that. But like I said, you can send your stories to ben@workwithbenpowell.com. And it was like I was saying, our lives are like a radar screen. And on this radar screen, you can see everything you can imagine in your life, or anything that you can, or anything that you can imagine that's going to be or come to be is on this radar screen. Now, let's say this radar screen is 3 inches wide, but the playing field is 100 feet. But you can only see 3 inches at a time, and that 3 inches is all you can see. Now, what I'm trying to say is if you start to change things in your life a little bit and a little bit, these things that are off the radar screen and are in that 100 feet of screen that you cannot see are going to start coming into your life a little at a time when you implement the law of attraction, self-thinking, all those things, all those things that are going on out there. The universe is shifting stuff and attracting stuff to yourselves. Now, I'm not sure if everybody out there is aware, but everything in your life is there because you've attracted it. Now, some people are not so keen on believing stuff like that, but I'm telling you, I've changed like I was telling you guys earlier, I used to do drugs, be a drug dealer, and stuff like that, ruining people's lives. The day that I made a decision that I was not going to be like that no more. My life is going to change, and I was going to implement things. Things were brought into my life. For instance, when I was telling you about going, and I went and had that dream of the church, and I went and did out maintenance for these churches, and I had the dream about the church that had money for me. Oh, welcome from Finland. Yeah, I know where Finland is. I have some good relatives over there that live in Sweden, actually. We have some really great guys that are on our team that live in Norway, actually. But anyways, back to so over time, on this screen, it's going to shift around. And you're going to have the 3 inches that were over here, you're over here now. And then you're farther, you're moving around on this 100 feet. And you're attracting things into your lives that you could not fathom. It's like I was saying about the church and the church people. I sold $48,000 worth of stuff to this church. And we did an 18,000 square foot roof and 120,000 square foot parking lot. But anyways, but that led me to the Wellington Clinic. And no, I've never been to Finland, but I plan on doing a tour with my team in Europe probably within the next 24 months, next 2 years. We're actually wanting to do a seminar over that way somewhere, as we're not quite sure where it's going to be at yet. We haven't put it together. You know, we're still looking for some speakers and stuff like that. You know, of course, you know, I'm going to be a speaker there as well. But anyways, when you get this peripheral vision where it's just moving around and you're attracting stuff into your lives, you never know what it's going to bring into your life. But all I know is if you be positive and stuff and have the attitude of gratitude, everything is going to be great. It's beautiful here in Canada right now too. We're here in the central British Columbia area and there's still no snow. This is the first time in 50 years. I've been here for 20 years, and my buddies of mine have been here for 50, 60 years, and it's the first time ever we've never seen no snow at this time of the year. It's like a once in 100-year event. Anyways, I just like to end off with, if you want to find out a little bit more about Life Mechanic University, feel free to go to workwithbenpowell.net. That's my blog. And feel free to look around. If you'd like to take it for a spin at no cost, we're taking in subscribers, and you can subscribe at my blog. Just push the join button, and I look forward to seeing some of you in class and finding out what's really going on. All right? So until tomorrow, this is workwithbenpowell.com signing off. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. And feel free to go to lifemechanic.com/blog and check out some of my buddy Robert's stuff. He's got a lot of great inspirational material there. You're going to love it. He's awesome. He's the man. He's the professor. If you're interested in watching a video he put out, it's called The Fisherman. It tells you all about a lot of different things. Feel free to send me an email as well at ben@workwithbenpowell.com. Hello from Russia. Good to see you. We're just winding up here. Like I said before, 6 a.m. Monday to Friday, Ben is on the air. So until tomorrow morning, I'd like to say congratulations to everybody that's been here, will be here. I look forward to being with you tomorrow morning. I'm out of here.